Salutations. Welcome to another Cyberlight Comics update. Not that I've done a whole bunch of them, but I want to kind of keep you all in loop with what's going on. Some of this is a reiteration of what I've been saying in posts and in emails, so hang tight if you felt like some of this has been said before or whatnot. As I mentioned on the board, for those of you who are able to keep up with it, I have been a little bit AFK lately. I've been kind of busy. My job's been busting us with a lot of extra hours, and that's great, keeping us busy. So I haven't been able to get right home and get drawing like I like to do most normal days, and I've been having spending a lot of time with my wife and talking about some serious things. So I've been kind of tied up, but I'm going to get back to work very soon here. Unfortunately, I missed an update of Cyberlight because of that, so some of y'all's comics that you've turned in will get pushed back a week. I sent out a scheduled events a while ago, and I think there's only 1 or 2 comics left. So if you're holding on to a comic, you're working on something, you might want to get that wrapped up and sent in soon. Hopefully by the end of this month I will have Wildlight number 70 done. It's a huge project, and despite working on it for 6 weeks straight, I still got a few more pictures to do, but I would say 90% of the pictures are done, and I've already started putting in the text. So it will be the largest double-sized issue of Wildlight, and it's the season finale, so it's humongous, so it's absolutely awesome. It's great, so you'll want to make sure that you check in on that if you haven't done so already. Catch up with your Wildlight. You don't want to miss the season finale, guys. I am off the second week of September, the one of Labor Day, really. And I'm spending some time with my old man who's coming by to visit. But after that, I will be spending some time crunching and working on the website. I may or may not be able to get done with the revamp before I have to return back to work. I'll have a good solid 3 or 4 days to work on it, so I'm definitely going to make some progress and some headway. Chances are I will only be able to get a lot of the main structure put in place, but I won't be able to get everyone's comics back up with the first iteration. So if we put the new website in place and your comic's missing, don't panic. Eventually it will get back up. I'm considering whether it might not be a bad idea to kind of re-release every comic 1 week at a time. Maybe not like 1 issue per week, that would just take too long, but something along those lines to kind of give the website some steam again, and that would also give you all some greater exposure. I am planning, once that new website goes live, we will be running some aggressive internet advertisement campaigns. And I've mentioned this a couple of times. So it is imperative if you are, if you're completing a project, or you're close to completing a project, you wrap that up quickly and get that turned into me. And if you want to receive the maximum exposure possible, because once that website is released, the advertisement usually takes a week or 2 to kick in, and once it does, it runs for a short burst of time. And that's the best time to get exposure. So the sooner you get in your comics, the better of a chance you have of being on the front page when that happens. I know something I want to talk about is the bulletin board. I know that a lot of you are busy. I know that a lot of you have a lot of things going on. But I really want to encourage every Cyberlight team member to just take a few moments out every day, stop by the boards, and say something once in a while. Encourage others. Tell us how your day's been going. It only takes a few minutes. I know with the invention of Twitter and Facebook and those 2 sites really blooming more so lately than ever in the last year or 2, it seems like the popularity of bulletin boards as a social gathering has gone down. And I can understand. I've joined Facebook. I've met up with a bunch of old friends, and that has its place. It can be fun to meet up with old friends. I do miss having a lot of those chit-chats on Cyberlight because we are all Christians. That's one thing we have in common that I don't necessarily have with all my Facebook friends. Maybe some of you have tons of Christian friends. I got a few, but not all my friends on Facebook are Christian, and not all of them are comic book artists. So the bulletin board is really kind of a great place where we could chit-chat with each other. Sometimes when I talk to some of you, you feel bad because you haven't done a comic in a while, and therefore you don't feel like you're privileged enough to chat on the boards. Chatting on the boards has drawing the comic or actively being involved in comic is not a prerequisite for chatting on the boards. If you've ever drawn a comic before, even once, that you've donated to Cyberlight, or you've worked on one before, or you're paused on one, or you're going to just work on one in the future, it doesn't matter. We want to talk with you on Cyberlight. We want to chit-chat with each other and encourage one another and share other ideas and whatnot. So I highly encourage those people who haven't been on the board for a while to stop by, say a couple of words, and let's start some conversations and start encouraging one another and start sharing ideas and thoughts and get back into the groove, a few of us anyways, of working back together as a team and whatnot. The gallery I think has also been real quiet. There hasn't been a whole lot of new entries on that either, and that's great because that's probably gonna fade away with the new site. We might relaunch a new gallery. I'll check out some of the server-side software that's available. I would like to hear y'all's opinion if you're interested in a gallery, if you thought it was a good idea. Or is it really just easier to do something like DeviantArt anyways and just post links back and forth? So are there any advantages to having a separate Cyberlight gallery? Or does everyone just like using Flickr and DeviantArt anyways? And who wants to post pictures up in 5 different places if you can just post one and post a bunch of links? Up to you guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Like to thank those of you who continue to work hard on comics and whatnot. I want to give definitely a shout out to Shan and Russ, David, and a couple of others. I know Susan and Joanne. I know that y'all have been contributing comics on a regular basis. That's awesome, great. Keep it on, and whatnot. So, other than that, like I said, everything's getting ready. I'm really excited about the site relaunch, and I hope to get some really good time to sink into that. Mind you, if I don't get it done on my vacation, I will continue to work on it solidly once Wildlight number 70 is done anyways. I'll probably need to work on a prologue of that first season. But other than that, I don't plan on doing any drawing at all until the website is finally finished. I will solely concentrate on finishing the site revamp before I start drawing Season 2 of Wildlight. So we have, so you can better believe that revamp isn't just an empty promise. It's going to definitely be happening sooner rather than later. I would say probably at the longest another month after Labor Day. Okay? Well, I want to thank each one of y'all very much, especially those who've been praying for me and my wife after I mentioned what I did on the board. I thank you very much. I will be praying for you too. Thank you very much for the blessing of getting to work shoulder by shoulder virtually anyways with each one of you. Thank you very much. God bless you and have a great day.